Hey everybody, it's Mr. C. My daughter is sick today, so I need to be home, which is a bummer because I feel like I hardly see Block 2 and I haven't seen Block 3 at all. Um, so hopefully I'll be back Wednesday. I probably should. So here are my directions for the day. Watch the video just as an overview and then follow along with yourself. Okay. Yesterday, we started to talk about how Summer of the Mariposas is a book with a structure that's called the hero's journey. Okay. My examples that I know are the movie Aladdin is a hero's journey. And one of my favorite movies, Back to the Future, is similar to Hero's Journey. I'm sure that there's other movies that you guys know that aren't like old people movies. Um, but those are the best examples that I could come up with. Okay. Um, Hero's Journey, just a quick recap, follows these quick plot points. First of all, the hero, which we determined is Odelia. The ordinary world is her life at the beginning of the book. And there was a question yesterday, like, what is the singular thing that like seems off or different about the ordinary world? And that was up for you guys to decide. But there is a singular thing that is a little strange. The call to adventure here in this picture is represented as the river. And that uh, is where they notice the thing that brings about their journey. It's the person that they found floating. The mentor is kind of what we're going to talk about today. So, in the movies that I talked about, the mentor in Aladdin is obviously the genie, and the mentor in Back to the Future is the scientist Doc Brown. In this one, it's La Llorona, which is the witch or the ghost. And then crossing the threshold, which is pretty much where we're at in the book. We haven't got much farther than that. So here's the deal. I'm going to tell you guys what you want to work on, and then I'm going to have you listen to chapter 5 on your own. It's 18 minutes. It's not super duper long. It's pretty much the amount of time we spend reading. Just be careful when you get to the solo because there's questions for chapter 5 and there's questions for chapter 6. So just make sure that you're being careful with that, and I'll explain as we go. All right. So very first thing, you got some questions on number 5. So what's one thing La Llorona says or does that shows that she's Odelia's mentor? Copy and paste one quote. You're just using the section here. It's 30. It's a handful of paragraphs. It's like 30 paragraphs. And how does she react to her? So her first impression, what does she think when she first sees this witch? Card number 2. In what 2 ways was La Llorona portrayed as having wisdom and useful experience? So, despite the fact that she's kind of like a tortured soul, this person is wise in a certain way. So, just figure that out. And then, second question is, what 2 ways is she not portrayed as having wisdom or useful experience? All right. And then this is a straight up opinion question, which I know you guys love. What do you think is the most important wisdom La Llorona gives Odelia about the journey? All right. So that's card number 2. Card number 3. You can just do the poll. Don't worry about this section. Do you think she should trust her? And explain why. Okay. In my opinion, I don't think that she has a choice. She has to. She gave her that pendant. It's the reason why she's going to be successful. At least it seems at this point. Number 6 is just a quick poll. 4 adjectives describing La Llorona. Pick one that you think matches appropriately. Okay. 7 is the exit ticket. It's our favorite mix and match thing here. So match the quote to the description of the hero's journey story structure. So there's A, B, and C. It should be pretty obvious which one matches which. So you can do that independently. Okay. For the solo, and listen up, this is where it gets kind of complicated and wonky. All right. The solo is chapter 5 and chapter 6. Okay. So I'm only going to have you guys do cards 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. So card 3, if you pay attention, is chapter 6. Don't listen to chapter 6, even though it's I don't even know why they have it. Let's see. There's like 5 here on 2. So you guys are going to do 4, 5, 6, and 7. So my suggestion is click on card 4, listen to the 18 minutes, answer the questions afterward. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Did I say that enough? 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do not do the questions for chapter 6. Not to mention, chapter 6 is 30 minutes. We'll do that together in 2 parts. Okay. So do not make my favorite mistake the students make where I tell you to do less work and you don't listen and you do more. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do not worry about the other cards because they're part of chapter 6 and we will do them in small parts. Understand? Got it? Cool. So that is that. Couple other things before you guys get to work. One, end of the semester is on Friday. If you have any work that is below a 75 or completely missing, meaning it's a 0, you have up until Friday at 3 o'clock to do that. Okay. The report cards come out the Friday after spring break, which means that the semester has to close in a logical time. So Friday at 3 o'clock is the last time that you could submit work. Okay. Secondly, yesterday I assigned a handful of questions about Summer of the Mariposas. It looks like 14 people in block 3 did not get them done. 13 people in block 2 did not hand them in. And what do we got for block 1? 11 in block 1. I'm guessing this is just a matter of you guys forgetting to hit the turn in button, but this is going to be graded. So please make sure that you are answering these questions as well. The last 2 grades that are going on the report card are this Summer of the Mariposas assignment and the solo that you guys are going to start working on today. So please finish the semester strong. It would be awful to have a really, really strong grade and then have like a 0 or 2 zeros. All right. I'm not here today, but you guys are still responsible for the work. You know how to use Amplify. You know the book really well. So absolutely do your best. Okay. I will see you on Wednesday. Fingers crossed. My daughter has like a little bit of a fever. So hopefully she's feeling better. Thanks and work well. And I'll see you tomorrow.